I know. I know. Another Benchmade. Okay, this is the mini Adamas. And this is the latest iteration or latest variant that Benchmade has come out with of the mini Adamas. There's many, I don't know, many. There's several different variations of the Adamas. There's a full-size Adamas. There's several mini Adamases. Adamases? I don't know. There's many. Here's the part number if you really want to go looking for it. What we're not going to do here is talk about a price. You guys can talk about that in the comments if you want. I didn't even look it up, so I have no clue on this current iteration. They also have a automatic full-size Adamas that I ended up sending to a friend of mine. You are very welcome, Detroit. So he loves it. And yeah, there you go. And I believe there's actually a fixed blade Adamas as well, the big boy. But again, I am not an Adamas expert or fan necessarily, although I do like this carbon fiber version with the bronze accents. I think the bronze thumb studs kind of came out well, the bronze liners and the clip. I think it's just a good looking package here, you know, and it's Magna Cut if you're into that sort of thing. I am not a steel snob at all. Sure, Magna Cut is cool. It's the latest thing out there, really. I do have one knife that I own in Magna Cut, the RJ Martin Q36SS for super slim. And I do love this knife. It is very sharp. It is super slicey. And it has stayed sharp for a while. And I use and carry this one a lot. I don't love the almost mirror polish blade. That's one aspect of this knife that I don't love. But that's the only thing I don't love. And the flipper tab is, well, the flipper tab is fine. The detent is a little bit stiffer and stronger than I typically like. All right, so not saying there's anything wrong with Magna Cut. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with S30, S35, M390, M390. I'm like, I just don't even care. Plain and simple. Don't care. And if it wasn't marked on the blade, quite frankly, I don't know that most of you would care. I think it's a, how do I say it? Just a flex to say I've got Magna Cut, I've got S110, I've got whatever. I think it's more of just a flex of, hey, look at what steel I've got. Whatever. So yeah, these did just come out. It does have a reversible pocket clip. So it is truly, completely ambidextrous because it is a liner. There's no frame lock. It's got the crossbar lock, the axis lock. So yeah, it's great for left and right-handed folks. Now, it is smaller. Obviously, it's the mini Adamas. And as I have been handling it here for a few days and messing around with it, by the way, it did come out of the box this freaking smooth. It's awesome. The smallness kind of starts to bother my thumb over time, just because of where my hand is positioned. I can thumb flip this production Hellraiser pretty much all day long, and my thumb doesn't really get sore. But the positioning of the thumb stud on the Adamas, I think I just need to really kind of bend my thumb back farther to be able to get the purchase on it. So after a little while, it does start to ache a little bit, if you will. I mean, it's not the end of the world, so it's not really a negative by any means. Just something I noticed right before filming, so I figured I would share. All right. The pocket clip is a bit of a hot spot. If you're really bearing down on this, you're going to feel that clip more so than a lot of other knives. It is a good size clip. They do have it out quite a bit so that it can fit in your jeans and your Carhartts and whatever. It works fantastic in the pocket. but I think we give up a little bit of comfort because it works so well in the pocket, if that makes sense. All right, let's go through some specs. It's 4.5 inches closed, 7 5/8 overall with a 3.21 inch blade. Generally a little smaller of a blade than I generally carry. I'm not going to do all the size comparisons, but I generally carry a 3.5 plus. This particular one is 3.66, just to give you some reference there. Okay. Behind the edge, if anybody cares, is 0.019. So this is not super thin behind the edge. It's not thick by any means. It's like an average behind the edge thickness. It is magnet cut, as I mentioned. It weighs in at 4.4 ounces, which is definitely a fine size. I mean, it's a little on the heavy side if you're really going by that 1 inch, like 1 ounce per inch, which a lot of people go by. So this one would be at 3.2 inches, it would be 3.2 ounces. Okay, it's about an ounce heavier than that. I don't really subscribe to that methodology of thinking, but if you do, now you know. All right, and overall thickness is 0.60. I think it works well in the hand other than the pocket clip. I think the kind of hump here on the back of the blade works perfect for my thumb. It rests very comfortably. And all in all, this thing you could just take out and beat on. I know because of the blade thickness, it is, I don't think I mentioned that, 0.137. So it's a little bit thicker than a standard blade. The standard blades come in at like 1.2, 1.24. So this one's just a hair thicker. So you could get in and actually do some pretty good work with this thing if you so chose. I think it's a great color combination for nothing other than the fact that I love carbon fiber. And I'm not really a bronze colored guy, but in this configuration, I think it just works. It's a really good looking knife. It fits well in the pocket. It fits great in the hand. And I think, yeah, I think it's a good one. So here's the Kubi KB237. Previous to that was the Spyderco Delica. This one is the VC Edge interface. And this one I showed earlier is the Hellraiser. It's a P series, their production series with a blade swap that Ed Kim did for this Adamas steel and sold at Blade Show a couple of years back. Here is my RJ Martin. This one has just a hair under 4-inch blade, I believe it is. 3.75 to 4 inch. I don't remember exactly, but I did a video on it. You can go check out my RJ Martin playlist. I'll put that up in the corner, and I'll put the Benchmade playlist up in the other corner. How about that? Because I love RJ Martins. Price points completely different. I didn't even look this up, but I guarantee it's not in the 3,000 plus range like this is. So there you go, right? So anyway, let me know your thoughts. And just so I don't get, I want to give credit where credit's due. This was loaned in from Gil over about Wild About Sporting Goods. There is a promo code I will put down below. Save yourself 10% off anything you buy from Gil. And he's got a ton of stuff, way more than just Benchmade. So go check him out. And as always, I don't get anything from him. It just saves you 10% off your whole order. So thanks a lot, guys. Go check out the playlist in the corner and have a fantastic day.